right, ready? Let's get it. All right, guys, so a couple weeks ago, we had a question by Clark's Greens. Shout out to Clark's Greens. He was asking how we get even germination canopy on our microgreens, and then how do we get nice true leaves that contribute to the overall weight of our yield. So basically, this is the technique that I use. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay out our trays. We're going to, put our initial layer of soil. We're going to lay the seeds, and then we're going to take a thin layer of soil and we're going to cover over the seeds. And then we're going to water the trays. We're going to stack them 4 trays high, just like this. And then we're going to take an extra tray here and put it on top of our stack, and then put the garden brick on top. And what the garden brick does is it helps the seeds to weigh down into the soil and really take to the soil really nice. And then that extra layer of soil that we put on the seeds is going to help to pull the seeds off as the sprouts sprout up through the soil. As we go through the germination phase, every day I'm just going to kind of come here and I'm going to pull up the tray and keep an eye out for any sprouts that are starting to poke through the soil here. I want to see nice germination all the way across the tray. So like I want to see these seeds sprouting up through the soil, but I want to see an even rate all the way across the tray. I'm not going to go ahead and move these trays under the light until I see that. So once we have that nice even germination, we're going to pop them under the light, and then we're going to let them start to grow. And as you can see here, we still have a little bit of seeds on top of the crops here. That's not really a big deal, but overall we have really nice even germination. And then going into the 14th day, you can see that the tray has really started to like fill out really nice and evenly. And if you look close, you can see the cilantro true leaves that are really starting to become defined. But also you can see that not every green has a true leaf on it. So we're gonna let these grow for another 3 to 4 days. And by probably so today's Sunday, by probably Wednesday, every single one of these greens, I would say probably like 98% of them are going to have a nice, fat, defined, thick true leaf. And that's going to contribute to the weight that we're trying to get off the tray whenever we go to get our yield. So I'm using standard 64 fluid ounce containers. Usually whenever I let the greens grow to this time, whenever I harvest, I'll get about 8 ounces of microgreens to fill my container. So this method works really well for me. Whenever I first started trying to grow cilantro, I would have really patchy, really sparse germination. But ever since I started following this technique, I get perfect yields just about every time. And the only time I ever really see any issues is if I don't water on time. So like obviously you want to get to the grow first thing in the morning and get your crops watered. If I don't water till about 8 o'clock in the evening, like 3 days in a row, I'll start to see the crops falling over. They'll start to get messy. But try this technique out, stay on your watering, and you should get really nice, heavy, even yields. Should be able to grow these really nice and consistently. But yeah, shout out to Clark's Greens. Clark's Greens is awesome. Check his page out. We really appreciate you, brother. If anybody has any questions, please post a comment. We love doing response videos, and we'd be glad to try and help you guys figure out what you need. Appreciate you guys. Keep growing the micros.